Good day everyone, my name is Reyes, reporter from Group 3. Today I'm going to discuss about the American period, American regime and World War II. This is the image of the Philippine-American War in 1899 to 1902. Before that, let's give a brief background about this one. American settlement in the Philippines began during the Spanish colonial period. The period of American colonization of the Philippines lasted 48 years from cession of the Philippines to the U.S. by Spain in 1898 to U.S. recognition of Philippine independence in 1946. The Philippine-American War in 1899 to 1902, after its defeat in the Spanish-American War of 1898, Spain ceded its long-standing colony of the Philippines to the United States in the Treaty of Paris. As many as 200,000 Filipino civilians died from violence, famine, and disease. And this is my report topic, American colonial period. The rule of the United States over the Philippines had two phases. The first phase was from 1898 to 1935, during which time Washington defined its colonial mission as one of the tutelage and preparing the Philippines for eventual independence. Political organizations developed quickly, and the popularly elected Philippine Assembly and the U.S. appointed Philippine Commission serves as a bicameral legislature. The Ilustrados formed the Federalist Party. Federalist Party refers to political parties that advocates federalism in the Philippines before the recognition of Philippines independence. In 1946, several iterations advocated the annexation of Philippines as a U.S. state through Federalist Party. And this is the Federalist Party logo. To continue. But their statehood platform had limited appeal. In 1905, the party was renamed the National Progressive Party and took up the platform of independence. The Nationalist Party was formed. Nacionalista Party was formed in 1907 and dominated Filipino politics until after World War II. Its leaders were not Ilustrados. Despite their immediate independence platform, the party traders participated in a collaborative leadership with the United States, a major development emerging in the post-World War I period by tenant farmers, and that the image of tenant farmers who were supported by the Socialist Party and the Communist Party of the Philippines. Tenant strikes and occasionally violence occurred as the Great Depression, war on, and cash crop prices collapsed. The second period of United States rule, from 1936 to 1946, was characterized by the establishment of Commonwealth and this one from the Commonwealth of the Philippines and occupation by Japan during World War II. Legislation passed by the U.S. Congress in 1934 provided for a 10-year period of transition to independence. The country's first constitution approved by plebis, plebiscite, plebiscite in 1935, and Manuel L. Quezon was elected President of the Commonwealth. Then Quezon later died in exile in 1944 and was succeeded by Vice President Sergio Osmeña. Then this one. This Manuel L. Quezon is the Vice President Sergio Osmeña. Japan attacked the Philippines on December 8, 1941 and occupied Manila on January 2, 1942. Tokyo set up an ostensibly independent republic which was opposed by underground guerrilla activity, eventually reached large-scale proportion. A major element of resistance in the Central Luzon area was furnished by the Hooks, short for Hook Balahap. This one, the image of Hook Balahap, short for Hook Balahap, or People's Anti-Japanese Army. Allied forces invaded the Philippines in October 1944, and the Japanese surrendered on September 2, 1945. And from World War II was demoralizing for the Philippines, and the island suffered from rampant inflation and shortage of food and other goods. Various trade and security issues with the United States also remained to be settled before Independence Day. The Allied leader wanted to purge the officials who collaborate with the Japanese during the war and denied them the right to vote. In the first post-war election. Commonwealth President Osmeña, however, encountered that each case should be tried on its own merits. The successful Liberal Party president candidate Manuel Reyes was among those collaborationist independence from the United States came on July 4, 1946, and Rojas was sworn in as the first president. The economy remained highly dependent in U.S. markets, and the United States also continue to maintain control of 23 military installations